All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking what is honestly a masterclass in marketing strategy. How Suto Cafe plans to win in the incredibly competitive Indian cafe market. We're looking at a masterclass in positioning here. It's not just about unlocking the doors and pouring lattes, it's about strategically carving out a space in a market that's evolving incredibly fast, mostly driven by urbanization and a massive youth demographic searching for that perfect third place outside of work and home. Here is our strategic battle plan for today. We'll start with the battleground, move on to the target audience, explore the lifestyle strategy, talk about driving habit, and wrap up with a 90-day plan. So why is coffee just not enough? Well, we've got to challenge a huge assumption right out of the gate. In this specific market, if you're just serving great, high-quality coffee, that's actually a guaranteed recipe for failure. Crazy, right? But consumers aren't just hunting for a caffeine hit anymore. They want a complete social and culinary experience. If you only offer a drink, you're literally leaving the vast majority of the opportunity on the table. Okay, section 1, the Indian cafe battleground. Let's look at the harsh realities on the ground. Indian consumers are buying an entire experience. The ambience, the convenience, the value. It's not just about the beverage. Food is actually what drives the ticket size up. And get this, price sensitivity is still incredibly high. People are actively hunting for combo deals and delivery app discounts, even in major metro areas. But the real game changer here, the massive white space waiting in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, where people want that modern cafe aesthetic without the crazy premium price tag. And this is where it gets really interesting. Look at the giant gap waiting for Suto Cafe. On one end, you've got these premium global chains like Starbucks. Super aspirational, incredibly consistent, but honestly, way too expensive for a daily visit. On the flip side, you have legacy chains like Cafe Coffee Day. They have massive brand recognition, sure, but they kind of suffer from a dated vibe. So Suto's golden opportunity is right smack in the middle, winning on affordability and local relevance against the global giants, while offering a much fresher identity than the legacy brands. Moving on to Section 2, targeting young India. So, who actually matters here? It's the 18 to 30 demographic. Urban and semi-urban consumers right in this specific age bracket are the absolute engine driving this entire market. And we're not talking about a small niche. This is literally one of the largest consumer bases on the planet. These are the students, the young professionals, the socializers who view the cafe as a lifestyle necessity, not just a rare luxury. Now, trying to appeal to everyone is a classic rookie mistake. Suto has to be strategic and deploy specific tactics for specific needs. Think about college students. They need an affordable place to hang out, right? So Suto offers budget combos for the guys nursing a single coffee for 4 hours using the free Wi-Fi. But for young professionals, they want quick meals and a place to work. So Suto pivots to breakfast combos and loyalty perks. Even delivery customers have totally different needs, like speed and spill-proof packaging. You have to create targeted value. All right, Section 3, the affordable lifestyle strategy. This distinction is make or break. If Suto tries to label itself as some premium gourmet coffee spot for everyone, it just creates a confused, weak brand. They'd be competing on specialty coffee credentials that take years to build. Instead, the real money, the winning path, is becoming the neighborhood lifestyle cafe for young India. It's highly localized, it's super accessible, and it just becomes the default hangout spot. Listen to this core idea, because it really is the absolute thesis of our explainer. At prices young India can visit again and again. That last part? That's the secret sauce. It's about affordable aspiration. You don't build a massive business in this segment by getting someone to drop $20 once a month. You build it by getting them to spend $5 3 times a week. To actually make those repeat visits a reality, you need a smart, psychological pricing ladder. We're talking about a classic good, better, best strategy. Your entry tier is just basic items to drive footfall. Get them in the door. Then you have your mid-tier. This is your core profitability engine, where you sell those combos and sandwiches. Finally, the premium tier brings in the margins and creates those aspirational social media moments with signature beverages. And we really need to hammer this point home. Food drives ticket size, which determines repeat visits. You literally cannot survive on beverages alone in this market. Throwing in filling snacks, shareable vegetarian choices, and local flavors directly bumps up the average order value. A customer might walk in for coffee, but the food is what makes them stay. And ultimately, it's what decides if the business survives the brutal economics of cafe rent. Let's get into Section 4, driving habit over trial. So let's break down how the typical Indian consumer actually behaves. It's a 5-step chain. First, discovery on Instagram or Google. Then trial, usually because of a discount. Next comes evaluation. Was the food good? Fourth is repeat. And finally, advocacy. Most cafes focus all their energy on steps 1 and 2, just getting people in once. But step 4, the repeat phase, is where businesses actually live or die. If they come back, they eventually reach step 5 and do the marketing for you.
So how do you actually lock in that repeat visit? Well, chasing one-time footfall with massive, heavy discounts is a total trap. You just attract deal seekers who are never going to pay full price. True success comes from habit-driven tactics. Think mechanics like the 5th coffee is free, or special student hour pricing, or even monthly coffee subscriptions. You've got to shift the whole mindset of the brand from being trial-driven to habit-driven.
Of course, there are plenty of ways to mess this up. We've all seen a gorgeous cafe open and just vanish 6 months later, right? Suto has to dodge some fatal missteps to protect their margins. Over premium pricing? That'll kill footfall instantly. Menu bloat destroys consistency and slows down service. Pretty interiors with terrible food means people take their one photo and never return. And leaning too hard on delivery app discounts will absolutely bleed your margins dry. Let this golden rule really sink in. Location and repeat value matter way more than campaign creativity. You could have the most brilliant national marketing campaign in the world, but cafe demand is intensely hyperlocal. It literally lives or dies based on your store-level discipline within a strict 2 to 5 kilometer radius of your front door. Are you connecting with the college down the street? That is your lifeblood. And finally, Section 5, the 90-day action plan. This is the tactical launch playbook, 6 steps to nail the first 3 months. 1. Distill your brand into a single sentence. 2. Create 5 to 7 highly photogenic hero items. 3. Launch occasion-based combos. 4. Build that local hyperlocal marketing playbook we just talked about. 5, and this is massive, implement loyalty tracking from day 1 to measure repeat visits. And 6, optimize your local search discovery because that's how people actually find you. So, we're left with one big question. Will Suto Cafe become the next daily habit for young India, or just another forgotten one-time Instagram post? The strategy is totally clear, and the playbook is written. But in the restaurant business, execution is everything. It's going to be fascinating to see how they adapt to this incredibly demanding market. Think about all of this next time you step into your favorite local spot. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.